Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. I'm bringing you another episode of And Just Like That, Season 3, Episode 4, Apples to Apples. Okay. Well, if you are new here, welcome. We do TV and movie and all kinds of other reviews here, okay? And if you are returning, welcome back. All right. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. All right. So, Carrie is still in Virginia. Okay. All right. So, she's in Virginia sleeping in Aidan's guest house. Okay. So, now, mind you, she don't have any clothes because her clothes is in the rental that was towed because SEMA ran flattened the tires. Yeah. So she don't have any clothes. I don't know why she ain't getting those clothes back. But hey, she can lose clothes. I can't. I got to get all my clothes back. But she could lose clothes. But anyway, she don't have no clothes. Okay. Nor does she have any toiletries or nothing like that. So she in the bed sleeping with a little bra on and a little sweater and stuff. And Wyatt and his boys is painting the house. Okay, because Aidan said the house don't need painting, but Wyatt needs things to do to counteract his ADHD. Okay. So Wyatt is painting, and then he looking in the window like a pervert. I don't know why these blinds was open, but I'll leave that alone. Yeah, he was looking in the window like a little pervert and stuff like that, And so he was like, she up, mind you, she got a little bra and stuff like that. I was like, I don't think that was cute for him to be saying that like that, but I guess so. I don't know. I'm not the daddy, I'm not the mommy, okay? So Carrie puts on her dress from last night or whatever, and her heels. Oh boy, she was trying to walk down them stairs a little slow, cause them heels was to die for, honey. Them heels were pointing her all the way to the sky. Yeah. So then she comes down, she meets the boys. Homer gives what's that child name? he give Carrie a hug right off the bat. Now Wyatt is a little standoffish, Wyatt is the baby, Homer is the middle child, Homer was like, hey, basically if my daddy likes you, I like you, no matter what. So she was like, don't get too close because, I'm a little musty. She didn't say that. She didn't say it like that, but that's what she meant. She was just like, I'm a little musty, okay? He was like, she said, she said, I don't have any clothes. And Homer was like, hey, you can borrow some of mine, And then Aidan was like, yeah, get her a speed stick too. I said, ooh. Well, no, he didn't say that. But anyway, Miranda's house sitting at Carrie's house. Okay, so the cat over there, basically I guess cat want Miranda to get up, so the cat jumps off the cat tree and onto Miranda, like, oh, you gonna get up and feed me, ho? Okay, that's what cats do. That's why I don't let them in my room at night. No, because you ain't gonna wake me up, because we gonna be fighting. Now, mind you, they outside in the hallway meowing. So I got an automatic cat feeder. Yeah, you gonna get food at first thing in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock. You gonna get food. Anyway, moving on. Lisa. All right, Lisa gotta find her a new editor, because Grace was like, listen, Stephen Queen, I got to do this documentary with him, so Grace left. And so now she got to find a new editor. Okay. But she is anxious about finding a new editor, and she has been postponing it, delaying, everything like that. So now she is talking in her sleep, and Herbert can't get no sleep because she talking in her sleep. So Herbert decides to sleep in the guest room so he can get some sleep. Why he do that? Lisa mad cause she said she calling it we're gonna be sleep divorced. That's when when couples decide to sleep in in separate bedrooms. And she should know because her best friend Charlotte and Trey slept in separate bedrooms. Remember that episode where Better Homes and Gardens was gonna film them, film their apartment and all that other stuff. Yeah, that Better Homes and Gardens, and Charlotte was like, "You gotta take your things out the guest room." Yes. So Charlotte was sleep divorced. So I guess she don't want that. I guess Charlotte told her that's not good. Okay, because then you gonna get a divorce. But not really, because like my grandparents slept in separate bedrooms because my grandfather. Well, actually they slept in separate bedrooms because my grandfather worked night shift, and so he when he's sleeping, my grandma was up, but. But I don't know why. I still don't know why my grandmother never slept. She was still sleeping in the other bedroom, and not the well, she slept in the bedroom when all the grandchildren was there. But I think they did sleep in separate bedrooms. I don't think it's a big deal. Hell, some people have separate households and they married. Cause what's the child name? She got 3 names. Shirley Ralph and her husband. They got the separate houses and they live on separate coasts. They married. So I don't see what the big deal is. I think if I got married, I think I would want my bedroom, not to say that I don't love my husband, but I ain't got, we ain't got to sleep in the same bed. I watched House Hunters, and it was a couple that was looking for 2 master bedrooms so they can sleep in separate bedrooms. And they were a young couple too. They were a young couple. They were actually different ethnicities too. So, now her husband was kind of cute. I was just like, I don't know if you should just sleep in a separate bedroom. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, but Lisa she wants to sleep in the bedroom with her husband. Hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay, but she decides on to hire a editor. His name is Miriam. She thought it was a she, but his name is Miriam. And this she hires him against her better judgment because he is a man, and all of her pieces are about women. And so, but we'll see how this goes. So Harry's father, Pop, who was he's coming to visit. And so Harry gives Rock, and I apologize because I couldn't remember these kids' names, Charlotte's kids' names. But now that I figured it out, so Rock apparently was Rose, but because she non-binary, non-gender conforming and everything like that, she is Rock now, and Lily is the oldest one and the one that they adopted. Okay, so I apologize because I think I was calling Lily Rose, which that's not her name. Okay, so Pop can't download anything on his iPad, so Harry hands it to Rock. Say, hey, you need to go and check Pop-Pop's iPad out and everything like that. Come to find out, he trying to download Pornhub and porn on his iPad. And apparently, when you on the porn sites, that's what they tell me. That's what they say. when you on them porn sites, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. That they got a bunch of pop-up windows, and so I think he just can't, deal with all these pop-up windows, and then eventually he can't download nothing. So that's what I heard, that the little porn sites, because I don't access them. Okay, thank you. so yeah, so he got to hand that off to her. Anyway. Back to Virginia. Carrie and the boys are eating breakfast. Tate's birthday is next week. Tate's the oldest one. He is in college. And so Aidan wants Carrie to stay longer so she can celebrate Tate's birthday. And so she was like, well, listen, I gotta get some clothes. And she was just like, is there a Target nearby? And he was like, you don't shop at Target. She was like, my favorite bathing suit is from Target. So we ain't saying that. We ain't never said nothing about bathing suits. You can get a bathing suit at Target. You ain't gonna buy no clothes, Carrie. You not gonna buy no clothes from Target. Don't act like you are. You ain't gonna buy no damn clothes from Target, girl. My favorite bathing suit is from Target. Yeah, you can buy a bathing suit. You can buy towels. You can buy some toiletries. Now, you could buy that at Target. You could buy some toiletries. You could buy some towels, and stuff like that. But you not gonna buy no clothes. You ain't gonna buy no clothes, Carrie, in Target. Okay? You not gonna do it. Stop. Stop. Okay. Is there a Target nearby? And he was like, it's an hour away. And so she was like, is there like a dress shop, maybe, closer than that and everything like that. So they were like, it's what they call it? Daisy's dress shop, a mile away. Okay, Daisy's dress shop. So we already know what the hell this gonna look like. Daisy's dress shop. So, and so Carrie was like, I can walk. You ain't got no shoes. You can't walk in them goddamn hills a mile. Is you crazy? Come on, Carrie. Come on, Carrie. And I know you can't fit none of them boy shoes. Unless they got some Crocs, okay? maybe you can get, like Wyatt. Maybe his feet ain't that big, okay? You can't walk in them heels a mile. Come on, Carrie. So she take an ATV, okay, to the dress shop, okay, and per her words, she said this dress shop look like she called it the sister wives dress shop, okay, because them dresses was hideous. All of them were hideous. And they did look like the sister wives dress shop. Little House on the Prairie dress shop, okay? Bonanza dress shop, okay? Gunsmoke dress shop, okay? Oh, God. Okay. So, we back to New York. Ryan, okay, Seema's boss now because her main boss retired and gave all, sold all his shares to Ryan. And so now Ryan is Seema's boss. And so Ryan asked Seema to come work for him. And Seema said no. And so he was like, okay, well, you got to be out of this office by next week because, he said, because my staff needs the office. Okay. My staff. Okay. My staff needs the office. Okay. So, so she was like, I thought, you gave me 30 days. No, my staff need this office. So, you need to vacate basically. So she leaving and she tell the secretary like, I'm gonna have somebody come pick up my things, and then she gonna try to give her this little Jerry Maguire line talking about, you can get in on ground floor and all that other stuff. And so she was just like, no, it's okay. I need to pay off some bills. I need to do this and I need to do that. So I'm gonna stay here. And then she was just like, well, that was my Jerry Maguire speech. And so the lady was like, and who is Jerry Maguire? And so she didn't get the joke. But Seema, come here, baby. Come here. The girl on Jerry Maguire had a thing for Jerry Maguire. Okay? She liked Jerry Maguire and she wanted to get with Jerry Maguire, okay? It ain't gonna work. Just you asking people willy-nilly. You gotta ask people who want to get with you, Seema. Okay? Now, if it was a assistant who wanted to get with you, okay, then he would or she, because it's a new day, but he or she would have probably went along with you. But this girl didn't look like she wanted to, get with you. So that don't work. Okay, that don't work. Okay, so yeah. But all of these references to all these old movies and stuff, just like last episode when he referenced Coco off of Fame. And everybody was like, I don't get it. But you got to be of a certain age to get it. So I get it. All right. Anyway, moving on. All right. So we back to Virginia. Aidan tells his sons so Aidan tells the son, because I guess when she come back from the dress shop, that then Carrie is taking a nap, and Aidan, he tells the son that he's about to go swimming. And so they smashing in the guest house. Okay. So Carrie taking a nap and Aidan is going swimming and they smashing in the guest house. I don't understand why he didn't tell them that he wants to spend time with Carrie. I mean, ain't they grown? Ain't they grown? They know what it is. I don't understand why he just gonna say, listen, me and Carrie want to spend some time together. Homer would have got with it. You know, we don't know why it was going through his mind, but I mean, still, what are you protecting these boys from? Okay, what are you protecting these boys from? If that's your girlfriend, I mean, the mama got a boyfriend. You know. I don't understand, but that's what he said. That's what he said. Okay. And so then Carrie changes in what she called the Little House on the Carrie dress. Okay, Little House on the Carrie dress. And so she spends some time with the boys. Anyway, so back to New York, Miranda and Joy. Joy wants Miranda to do something on TV for the BBC. So she has her mic, and so Joy was like, "Well, remember when you're feeling overwhelmed and things like that?" She was like, "Just stop and breathe, and then keep going." So then, so they passing her mic, and she doing real good. She doing real good, talking about. I don't even know what she was talking about, but something about refugees. That's all I remember is something about refugees. And so then she starts to speed up. So then she said, and so she realizes she was speeding up. So she was like, and the wild countryside. What? Why did she do that? Why did she do that? Who did that? Who did that? Yeah. Why did she do that? So wild countryside, okay? So now she's a meme, okay? And so, so they split it off, and they were just like, wild cunt. And so it is what it is. It's funny. It's funny. Miranda don't think so, but Brady sent her the little wild cunt meme. Yeah, so hey, it is what it is. So yeah, so now she a meme. So we go back to Virginia. Carrie's fishing with the boys. Wyatt, she was just like, I want to catch a salmon. And so Wyatt was like, you can't catch a salmon in this water. We're not in Alaska. And Homer was like, she knows, she was joking. And so Carrie was like, well, Wyatt, what you want to do? And he was like, and so then apparently he said he wanted to go to the mall and kill zombies. So Carrie told him, okay, we're going to the mall. Carrie told Aidan, okay, we're going to the mall. We're going to kill zombies in virtual reality. And so he was like, no. And he said, cause they limit his screen time, and so they don't want he don't want him to go to the mall, And so Carrie was like, listen, come on, Aidan. If this is what this boy want to do, and I'm trying to, have some kind of relationship with your son, listen, we're gonna have to kill zombies. And so Aidan, gives in and he goes with them. And so then they in virtual reality, Wyatt busts Carrie up in the head with the gun. And he didn't mean it because everybody got on goggles, so they don't know where they're going. And so Carrie like this, oh. And so Aidan like, well, he's not a violent kid and everything like that. You gonna make him feel bad. What the, hold on, Aidan. Hold on, Aidan. Hold on. We already know he not a violent kid, okay? Well, I don't know. Okay, but that don't mean that my head don't hurt, okay? That don't mean my head don't hurt, okay? It is not right. It is not cool, okay? But that don't mean my head don't hurt, okay? And so she was like, so you don't want me to put my hand on my head, We don't want to play that shit. Aidan. Me and you, we ain't cool like that, Aidan. We ain't cool like that. If you gonna do like that. Anyway, Charlotte, we go back to New York. Charlotte is cooking brisket. Okay, apparently that brisket was good. It looked good, but And so Miranda calls Charlotte. She's sitting on the toilet with the cat looking at her. Ew. She's sitting on the toilet, cat looking at her and shit. Okay, she's talking about, did you see my meme? And Charlotte was like, no, I've been cooking. And so Rock said, I did. I mean, still, it's okay, girl. And Brady told her, when another person gonna come out and do something stupid, your stuff will be by the wayside. And I mean, that's the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest truth. Okay, so people don't even think about it after they get something else. So, the neighbor comes by. Okay, so they have this this building watch or whatever, but where all the neighbors are on this app or this group chat or whatever, and they asking these neighbors like, you got an extra banana? you got some crackers? I need some soup. I mean, I don't have no crackers for some soup. You got this, you got that. And so the people go get what they want from their neighbors. Okay, so Rock is in this little group here, this group chat, and so she was just like, somebody wants a banana, and so Harry was like, what in the hell is going on? So the lady from upstairs, downstairs, or whatever, she come and get her banana, okay? And it's an older lady. And so, Pop was like, hey, you want to stay for dinner? I don't know how he invite people over for dinner, but you want to stay for dinner. Okay. So she stayed for dinner. She asked Charlotte, did she have some barbecue sauce? Now Charlotte brought that Sweet Baby Ray's. And she was like, is this the only kind you got, honey? That's the only kind ever. Sweet Baby Ray's. I don't know what barbecue sauce you looking for, but there is a store at the corner, because it is New York. So there is a store at the corner, so you can buy the barbecue sauce of your choice. But in this house, it's Sweet Baby Ray's. Don't start none, won't be none up in there. I got you, Charlotte. I got you, okay? In this house, it's Sweet Baby Ray's, damn it. So anyway, Diego, Lily's boyfriend, is having dinner, and Mark has dinner over there every night. and Giuseppe, they have dinner over there every night. Okay, so every time they are over there eating. Okay, so hey, I think they got a standing invitation every night to come eat, because that's exactly where we see them every night. Anyway, so Pop asked, he said, so what you do, young man? And then Mark was like, I own a bakery shop and everything like that. He was like, oh, well, that's good. He said, but I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the young man, not your old ass. I'm talking to the young man, okay? On the other side of you, okay? Okay, because you old, okay? So I wouldn't have said young man. I'm talking to the one on the other side of you. So Diego was like, I'm a ballet dancer and everything like that. And so Pop was like, listen, in my day, ballet dancers had boyfriends, not girlfriends. And Mark was like, yeah, in my day too. Yeah, I understand, because me and Mark are about the same age, and it was in my day too. However, it's different now, because, hey, he said he got a boyfriend. Diego said he got a boyfriend. And he got a girlfriend, Lily, okay? So, and then Lily said he poly. And, they had to learn the definition of poly. And so poly is that he could be in a relationship with boys and girls, and he can have feelings for everybody and everyone. So, hey, Lily, if you like it, I love it. It couldn't be me. But if you like it, I love it, baby. All right. He is poly. Okay, all right. We learn something new every day with Charlotte's kids now. It ain't nobody but Charlotte's kids. We don't learn nothing else from nobody else's kids. But we'll learn something about Aidan's kids in a minute. But yeah, well, Charlotte's kids, boy. Anyway, back to VA. Tay having his birthday. Kathy, the ex-wife of Aidan, who has Charlotte's phone number, and Charlotte has it saved in her phone. I still don't understand that concept, but she brings her boyfriend over, Bob, okay, and so Tate came, and he brought beer. All right, he done brought some beer because he's 21 now. Okay, so and so Miranda calls Carrie, and okay, let's go back to Miranda and Joy. Miranda, after she said wild country, she invited Joy out to dinner. And so she said she has plans. She's meeting her friends in Gramercy Park or whatever, and for drinks and things like that. And she was like, well, I'm house sitting in Gramercy Park. Why don't you come by after, you get done with them? Okay, that's fine. And so then, now mind you, Miranda house sitting, okay? Miranda is house sitting. So how you gonna invite people over to Carrie's house? See, no, we listen. If you my friend, don't be inviting people over to my house. If you house sitting, don't be inviting people over to my house. You gotta ask me. Is it okay if you invite people? Because no, because no, and But now she gonna call Miranda. Gonna call Carrie and say, well, Joy said that she had to cancel because she's late getting to her friends, and so she's gonna be late to come over here, so she had to cancel. And so Carrie said, you invited her over to my house? And so Miranda was like, is that okay? And she was like, yeah, but I don't have any furniture and things like that. Where y'all gonna sit? No, I'd been like, no, that ain't okay. You gotta ask me. This my house. What if something come up missing? No. No. Anyway, she said, So eventually she invites her and her friends over to Carrie's house. Okay. But we'll go back to that. So we're in Virginia. Kathy brings her boyfriend Bob. Tate bring beer and everything like that. They in the house, and so Bob is talking to Carrie. He drinking brown liquor, so he about tipsy, and he's telling her that this is a very tight group. And it's hard to get in, into this inner circle, with Aidan and Kathy and the boys. And so she said Aidan doesn't like me to have an opinion at all. And he said, and I don't understand why Aidan doesn't want Wyatt to be on his ADHD medicines. And so Carrie was like, huh? And so she had to excuse herself. And so she went in the kitchen, was like, Aidan, I didn't really know that you didn't like him being on ADHD medicine. I wouldn't have brought this Adderall and everything like that. And then Aidan, I'm looking at you sideways on this whole episode. And then he gonna cut her off talking about, not tonight, Carrie. It Tate's birthday, bitch.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Oh no! I'd have been like, okay. I'd have been sitting over there, with Bob, because Bob wasn't playing games. I would have been sitting right back over there with Bob drinking brown liquor. Okay, because everybody played games except for Bob. I've been over there with Bob with the brown liquor, and I had an attitude with Aidan, and he would have known I had an attitude with him. We're not playing these games. We are not playing these games. Okay, no sir, we are not playing these games. Okay, so Wyatt gets upset because they playing apples to apples. And I forgot how to play this game, but whatever the case may be, I did play it before, but whatever the case may be, Homer chose Carrie's card, and you don't know whose card was played, but he chose Carrie's card instead of Wyatt's card, and he got upset. And so he was like, y'all never pick my card. And then the older brothers was like, man, here we go again. Wyatt, it's Wyatt's world and all that other stuff. And so they over it. They over it because apparently he been doing this all his life. Okay. And they over it. Okay. So Wyatt walks away from the table. Mama was like, he just needs a time to cool off. He go over there and play his Nintendo Switch. Aidan come in talking about, no, you can't play this game. You got to get back to the table. You got to get back to the table. So he take the game. Wyatt storms out the house. And so Mama was like, see, that's why he needs his ADHD medicine. And so Aidan was like, he already got substance abuse problems. Apparently he is addicted to alcohol because he ran into, he got an accident. I forgot about that. So Wyatt was outside, and I don't know what he had in it. in his hand. It looked like a shovel or something like that. And he bust the glass, and Carrie was sitting like right here, and the window was right here, and so Carrie was near the glass and stuff, and so he bust the glass, and what's his name? What's that? Aidan, run out the house talking about, God damn it. And listen, I would have ran out the house too. All of you would have heard was this. I'd have been fucking this little boy up. I'd have been fucking him up. I'd have punched the shit. I would have whooped his ass. Okay? Would have whooped his ass. I swear to God. Okay? All you would have heard was he go break the glass. Kind of shit. No. They gonna have to do something with him. And so, yeah. So Carrie, Carrie basically says, when you told me that you needed to be here, I didn't think that you really needed to be here. I thought that you didn't want, me to be, you didn't want to be with me. She said that I really think that you need to be here because, your family needs you. But I don't even know. Yeah. I don't know. Listen. Carrie gives him the key to the house, and yeah, and that's the end. And Joy and Miranda kiss at Carrie's house, and that was the end of the episode. Okay, so give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and comment to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace, people.